Summertime means college football preview magazines, and inside our SEC edition, we feature the Gamecocks, Rebels, and a Bulldog from Athens and Starkville. Hi everyone, Ray Crawford here, and joining me to open the pages of our preview South Carolina Insider and one of the voices of Gamecocks athletics, Andy Demetra. And Andy, let's start with a team you think is on an upward trend. Which program is on the rise this year?
I think it's Ole Miss, Ray. Back-to-back top 20 recruiting classes. They've got 9 returning starters on defense. That's a good place to start. Bo Wallace should be healthy. He'll still have plenty of weapons around him. And don't forget, Alabama and Auburn both come to Oxford. If there's a team that might be able to crack that Auburn, Alabama, LSU oligarchy in the West, I think it might be Ole Miss.
Big turnaround under Hugh Freeze for sure. Chris Houston, the Heisman pundit, lists 7 SEC players on his Heisman watch list. Who do you like?
Well, Ray, to compete for the Heisman, you need to win the highlight reel. And I think no player in the SEC is better suited to doing that right now than Todd Gurley at Georgia. When he's healthy, he's capable of some video game type runs. And also, Georgia only faces one team this year that finished in the top 40 in the nation in rush defense last year. His Heisman campaign can either hit the accelerator or hit a screeching halt in week 3 at South Carolina. Speaking of the Gamecocks, look for Mike Davis, Alabama's TJ Yeldon, and certainly Auburn's Nick Marshall to figure into the Heisman mix in the SEC as well.
4 coaches lost their jobs in 2012, none last season. So who's on the hot seat in 2014?
I'm going to make some Bulldog fans upset, perhaps, and go with Dan Mullen of Mississippi State. And look, this could set up to be a leap year for the Bulldogs. 16 starters are back in that offense, which broke a school record for total yards per game. But let's not forget, Dan Mullen has lost 19 straight games to ranked opponents, depending on the poll. He needs that win this year, to kind of build that hope with the fan base. If not, I think there might be some cowbell clangs of discontent stirring out in Starkville.
South Carolina has to replace the winningest quarterback in school history in Connor Shaw. How much confidence does Steve Spurrier have in his replacement, Dylan Thompson?
He's got plenty of confidence because, number one, Dylan Thompson is a redshirt senior, so he's been in the program. And also, he's had meaningful starts and meaningful reps. Connor Shaw, all-time winning as quarterback at South Carolina, was still injury-prone, and that forced Dylan Thompson into some big spots, whether it was the Capital One Bowl or whether it was a road victory at Clemson. They have a lot of confidence that Dylan Thompson can make the plays, and also they've got perhaps the best offensive line they've had in the Steve Spurrier era. That'll give them a big security blanket, especially at the beginning of the year.
First test is a big one, August 28th against Texas A&M. Andy, thanks very much for the insight.
Thank you.
Up now on the site, you know Snoop Dogg, Michael Irvin, and Evander Holyfield, but you could see their sons play on Saturdays. Famous fathers and sons on the recruiting trail on CampusInsiders.com.